Good morning, one and all. Welcome to the start of episode 4, Audi A2 restoration. Do you know it's got a built-in table? Look at that. Got me, brew. Anyway, I hope you're all keeping well. I'm doing okay. I've recharged my brain, which didn't take long. 500 milliamp hours for about 15 minutes. That's all it needs. Okay, now this poor old girl is 21 years old. Okay, I'm waiting on a new battery, the proper battery to go in there, because that one I've been mugged over. Ryan, you're a naughty boy. That is not only the wrong battery, it is a shit battery, completely and utterly shit. If that's a new battery, my cock's a cucumber. Okay, right, anyway, now I've laid that to rest. Yeah, I've done so far. What have we done so far? We've done the headlights. We have cleaned it up a little bit. We have tried to fix the fuel flap to no avail. I've done the wiper arm. That is a massive fix. I am so pleased with that. I went to lock the car last night and it locked. I thought, as I was walking away, I thought I'll just check the rear door. Opens. The other two locked. So 3 out of the 4 doors are locked. And I'll show you what I mean. Car is locked. Where's the bleepy blip? Bleepy blip. Okay. Car is locked. Is that focused? Oh no, it isn't. And it's not even registering because the alarm's not gone off. Look. Locked. L lock code. So today it is my duty to get to the bottom of why this door isn't locking. Okay, so I'll have the door card off very shortly. We'll get in there. As of usual, I've done my homework. It doesn't even lock when you press this. With key in or key out, doesn't make any difference. Okay, so that does 3 doors, but not that one. And another thing I find really annoying is you have to use the boot unlock thing on the key fob to unlock the boot. When the car is unlocked, you should be able to just go up to the car and unlock it, but you can't. It doesn't work. So you literally have to. Okay, and then remove your brew before you can get the tailgate up. Let's see if I can get this up. Oh shit, I've dropped my brew. There we go. Gas struts are fine. And the car has just locked itself, I think. Yeah. It's just locked itself. So, I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking, don't you? I'm thinking the CCCU, which is the comfort ECU, which is this box under the seat here. Let's move this back. Let's get my fluffy cleanery kit out the way. Here's the panel that covers it. Let's get that out the way. 2 drop links, they need to go in. Get that out the way. Let's get that out the way. Yeah, under here you have your secret compartment, which is not secret anymore because you all know about it now. This is it. It is a command control module. It literally controls everything and anything about the car. So I will go around, I will check all these fuses, I will check these relays, unplug things, plug them back in, make sure there's no dirty terminals. Plug that in, unplug it. I'm going to disconnect the battery first before I do anything. And yeah, apparently these fail. I mean, come on, it's 21-year-old, isn't it? You know, but these do fail, and they control literally everything. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, where's me little flap? Shows the fuse layout. What have I done with it? Oh, crikey, Charlie, that was a noisy one. Sorry, do beg your pardon. Light isn't working. Up there, that's not working. Rest of the interior lights are working. I had a little lamb as fleece as white as snow. Where is it? For goodness sake, I've put it somewhere in a safe place, haven't I? Anyway, it's the lid to the fuses, which is all broken and smashed. And on it, it says it's stated what individual fuses do, and I'm sure there's one for each door. So I don't know, because that door seems completely dead. Normally, if you undo a door and the car is alarmed, the alarm will go off, won't it? But this one isn't. Unless it's an alarm for deaf people. Could be that, couldn't it? Right, leave me to it. I'm going to finish my brew and get to the bottom of what's doing this. He's tidied up a bit. I've given her a bit of a scrub. I went round with the wheels properly yesterday, gave them a proper scrub. And I noticed in this tyre, there is a nail. Okay, now look at the state of these wheels. And this is the good one. Okay, the lacquer's properly peeled off there, so it needs a complete refurb. The tyres are all shot and split. That's got a nail in it. Okay, this one on this side has a screw in it. You couldn't write this, mate, honestly. You could not write this. This has got a screw in it somewhere. It's proper shit, isn't it? You can literally peel all that off, but yes, I have a plan as usual. So we will be getting on with that plan very shortly. That tyre was flat, wasn't it, yesterday? I took it off to try and repair with a plug, and the hole is actually in the sidewall somewhere, and so you can't plug a sidewall. That is just not a done thing. So that tyre is shot. Look at this. I mean, honest to God. It is crap, and the amount of clear coat that I flaked off on the inside when I was giving it some wheel blasting is no odds to anybody. Right, let's have a look at the last wheel before we crack on. Headlights look alright, don't they? Yeah, spot on. David Bowie's gone now. Oh, top tip. Just a quick top tip. I did do a massive boo-boo. When I put all the parts in the dishwasher, I should not have put the reflective chrome parts, plastic chrome parts in there. I learnt my lesson now, and I will be needing headlights, sadly. But I've got a pair on order for 50 quid, so that's not bad. Now, what's happened is you put these in, and the fluid takes off the chrome. I know it's only a little bit there. No, that's better. But nevertheless, you see at the top there, that reflector, it's actually gone. It's just like the yellow plastic behind it. But this one is horrendous. Literally, a lot of the chrome came off. And what I've done on this side is I actually have sprayed that with some aluminium spray, because there was literally no reflectiveness there whatsoever. And you can see as well on this side, all that is gone. It's just plastic colour. So basically, when you put the lights on at night, it looks like you've only got the left-hand headlight on. There is no reflection of light coming from this right-hand light. So stupid me, but lessons learnt there, and that won't happen again. But I mean, the left-hand headlight, that bit's cracked at the bottom, so that's useless, isn't it? Anyway, there we go. We live and learn, but it will do for now. Right, here's the last wheel. This tyre actually holds air properly, and there are no things sticking out of it, but it's a different make to the others. So I've literally spent yesterday's free time when I was indoors making videos for you guys to watch. I went online and I managed to find a young chap that was selling a set of wheels, and I purchased them. I had to go meet him halfway yesterday, which is quite a long way away, and they are in the back of back of the van, back of the old other car. So I am going to take these off one by one and replace them. Now I wanted to do that when I do the discs, pads, caliper restoration, all that kind of stuff, but at the moment these wheels and tyres just completely and utterly let down the whole look of the car. Plus having a screw and a nail and a slow puncher isn't really good for being an ambassador to us car people, is it really? It's a bit shit. So that's that. Right, let me crack on, get these wheels changed over, and I think you'll agree they make the whole car look a bit nicer. Yeah, that's shit. Incidentally, yesterday afternoon when I found out that the tyre was flat when I was detailing the door apertures with me mop and sponge, and I saw the flat tyre, front right, left, I thought, right, okay, get the space saver wheel out. At least I can get to work sort of kind of fairly safely. And yeah, what a joke that was. Here are the wheels. There is one already over there. They are gorgeous. Have a quick look. I know you're itching to see them. They're Riles. No, they're not. They're mine. And they've got Toyo tyres on, which is all good. Plenty of tread, madam. Even got some coloration going on them. I think I've done well there. Anyway, let's cast our attention to this space-saving wheel. Now, if you look at it quite closely, with a bit of light on, not that close, you muppet. Okay, there's that. Now, if you look at it, it's sort of folded up, isn't it? It's sort of clamped down like that, both sides, like that. Now, the idea is, obviously, it's space-saving. I thought I'd just check the date on it, and it is 2001. So these are the same age as the car, or this is the same age as the car. Beg your pardon. Never been used. Look, still got your nipples on there. So anyway, I tried blowing it up, and instead of it going up vertically like that and that side popping out and that side popping out, where are we? Only this side popped out, and it pushed the whole tyre in this way. So in actual fact, you got the rim there, the tyre was here, and I put it on the floor. I jumped up and down. Let the air out. I put tyre levers underneath there to try and sort of hold that there whilst the other side popped out. Wouldn't have it. Caroline and myself, we wrestled for an hour with that. That's when I went online and decided to have a look for some new tyres. So, but there we are. That's a flipping. That's just what it is. So I'm going to have to take that to work and see if I can get the ask the lads to give us a bit of muscle on it and try and just get that thing to where it should be. The rubber's fine. It's absolutely fine. Yes, it's 21 years old, but it's a space saver. I actually got a space saver wheel at work in my little lockup, which might do if the stud patterns are good, 5x100, then it will fit and I can just do away with that one, but we'll see. Anyway, stop waffling easy. Get your brew down your neck. Not advertising at all. Yes, electrical. Fantastic people. Let's get on and change these tyres and wheels over. Look how clean they are. Well, that came off okay. I was really worried that they weren't going to fit the hubs, but they do fit the discs. Sorry, the hubs. Now, you can just bung your wheels on your car willy-nilly, but it's best if you observe direction, rotation. So where are we? So this is left-hand side of the car, and this is left, rotation forwards. So this is the right side for the car. Don't get your lefts and your rights mixed up, guys, because it's all about the water dispersal pattern on the tyre. If you got a left on the right, it will suck the water back in and make you aquaplane. Stop being stupid, easy. Right, let me get on. Super duper. Hello, Easy Restorations, back in the car park. What's going on today? Well, everything actually, absolutely everything. Wheels, new wheels are going on. They're beauties, look, Riles, absolutely gorgeous. Right, first things first, I have had my VW tool out. Where's the other half of it? There it is there. That slots in there, goes in the caliper, and I've wound that piston back into the caliper. But when you do that, please keep your eye on your brake fluid level, because this came right up here, and it's look at beautiful clearness of that colour, that fluid. So that's still where it's supposed to be. I used my syringe, right, to suck out and put it in this old brake fluid container. 2-stroke mineral. Oops, wrong. Doesn't matter, it's an old container, isn't it? Right, so yes, MPG for this 1.4 turbo diesel is supposed to be around 60 or something or other, but I'm going to prove VAG wrong. So that's Volkswagen Audi growth, or VAG to you guys. Yeah, so anyway, let's keep going on. We've got brake discs, round pads. I have new spigots to fit in the wheels, because if you're fitting aftermarket wheels to your car, 9 times out of 10 you'll find that this diameter is larger than the wheel that's just come off. So I've bought these spigots. If you want to know what the size are, please let me know. Drop me a comment below. All wheels are different, so just measure your own really. But that's the inside diameter. The diameter of that is 57.1 millimeters. Right, so like I say, brand new discs, nice vented discs, and I don't think they're before time. Take a look at this. Okay, bonus snottiest. Look at that gap there. Honestly, you could use that. Evil Knievel could make a world record attempt jump off of that lip. Honest to goodness. So they are well past the sale by date. I've no idea how old they are, but there we go. So they're to one side. You might have noticed the drop links. Got new drop links as well. That goes there, like so. Now you can try and wind off that nut if you like. I've soaked mine in lube and I've tried to wind it off, but the best thing to get these things off is one of these tooth polisher. No, it's not, kids, don't try that. So I've done that. Anyway, whilst I was here, I gave the little screw that was holding the old disc on there, I gave it a massive clout with my impact wrench, of which no need. It just literally fell out of my hand. And incidentally, whilst I'm babbling, we have rear drums and shoe kit to go on the back. I have brake pipes coming tomorrow. Well, why don't you fit all this lot tomorrow, E.T.? Well, simply because I want to drive it to work tomorrow. So there, all right. I found this can. I completely wire brushed all of this lot because it was proper that, basically. That was all on there. I give it a quick coat of power brake cleaner, got it all nicely nice, because it was just age-related snot on there, basically. Let's keep these pads in a safe place. I need to just buff up. These are the slider pins which go there, or there. No, there. That's it. And the caliper slides along those, which is up here in this plastic rubber sleeve there. So I need to pack that full of grease. There's my grease. But before I do that, I need to just wire wheel this and just, or very, very sort of fine wet and dry paper, just to get rid of that blackness, because where these pins have been so far out, because the caliper was so far towards the pattern of the disc, it has got a bit snotty like that over the years. So yeah, I mean, there's actually a ridge there, so that needs to come off, guys, before you reuse the old slider pins. I don't recommend reusing the old ones, but hey, I'm not made of money. Okay, I have had to cut the plug off the brake sensor. There's the brake sensor cable that goes inside. There's a little sort of like a, I don't know, like a 5mm hole drilled in there, and that peg goes in, and when the brake pads wear down, the brake disc touches the two contacts and makes your little bulb work on your dashboard. Okay, so I've had to doctor that and put 2 bullet connectors on there because well, these were on there. I'm not reusing those because A, they're too big for the tiny little cable. Someone just had them and whacked them on. So I can now put my 2 bullets into there, and then I can pour this boot, if you like, over both those connectors and hopefully water seal them in there. So I will have brake censorship on my dashboard. Anyway, look, it's gone really well, this paint. Plastic coat, metal paint and primer in one, functional gloss. It just tidies it up a little bit, doesn't it? Because it is skanky. Once I've cleaned that disc off using the brake cleaner, because this is proper just mild steel, it comes with a, I don't know if you can see that, like a light coating of oil or grease on those 2 surfaces to stop them going rusty whilst they're sat on the shelf waiting for muggins there to go and buy them. So brake cleaner, a nice clean cloth that's got black paint all over it helps. Black paint helps because it just, I don't know, it keys it up, doesn't it? I talk some bollocks, don't I? Right, so quick coat of that, both sides, rub off, perhaps a second coat just to make sure, and that can go on there. My little grub screw can go in to hold the disc on. Then I can pop the pads in the clamp into the caliper, the brake pad holder, slide that all into position, get the 2 sliders in once I've cleaned them up, and give that a little bit of a coat of black before I reassemble the whole shebang. And then I've got to do that on the other side after I've ground the old ones of these off, because what happens, you undo the nut there, and because it's so seized on, the whole spindle inside there spins, so you're not actually undoing the nut, it's just spinning inside the little ball joint there. So I suggest just angle grind the nut off. Simples. It's not simple, is it? Nothing's simple on cars. This thing's fighting me all the way, and I don't care. I love it. Got a brand new proper 115 battery in the battery compartment, and she starts up fine now on the dime, and it's beautiful. I love it. So what else have I got coming for her? Inner wheel arch, because the one's missing on the driver's side. That's coming. 2 brake pipes. That's coming. And yeah, that's about it really. There are lots of other things in the pipeline to change on this car, because I had, up until this point, I've not done anything mechanical. This is the first real mechanical stuff I've done. I have the 5W30 oil. I need to go and pick up all of the service parts tomorrow. We're talking fuel filter, we're talking oil filter, air filter, cabin filter for the pollen to keep all that nasty dust out, because believe you me, you will see these. I haven't seen them yet. You'll see them when I see them. I can guarantee the way this car hasn't been looked after for the last 10 years, I guess, they are going to be caked in blackness, aren't they? Got all that to do, got the oil to drop in. I've already put in the new oil dipstick. Yes, that's turned up. There it is. And I do have oil in the engine, which is good, but it is so full of carbon, you can literally draw things with it. It is so old and knackered. If you've got oil in your engine and it's really black and sort of almost powdery, and you rub it together and it's so scratchy, please do yourself a favour, get rid of it. Get it out your car and get some fresh oil in there. Even get a bunch of really cheap, nasty 5W30, run your engine up for half an hour, and then flush that back out to get all that carbon out that's in there. Okay, I don't recommend using engine flush, just because you can knacker some seals and shit like that. So just don't bother with that crap. I had a tin of that and I gave it away to a mate, and it worked on his car, but who knows. I just don't like to use any stuff like that, because these are old engines and they're worn, and you just don't want to get into that ballpark of creating work for yourself. Right, let me crack on with this, because daylight is fading and so am I. Right, see you on the other side, literally. Catch you in a bit. Right, there we go. That's both of those pins tidied up. Yes, I need to tidy my shed up. Look at the state of it. So that's those 2 pins. Incidentally, it is a 7mm Allen key to undo these pins. And if they've been put in with a little bit of copper slip grease, you shouldn't have too much hassle unscrewing them. Right, I need to go and give these a good douse. Incidentally, top tip, when you are cleaning off your brake discs to get rid of all of that greasy, oily film stuff on there, as you're doing it, give it a good spray and then wipe it over with a part of your rag. And then when you do the second coat, use a fresh clean piece and do it again on both sides. Okay, it's just because you don't want to be putting grease back on afterwards, because it is possible to do that. Right, I need to get these pins lubed up with me me flea grease. Was it itself, isn't it? Stop being so easy. Right, let's get this back on, back in situ. Screws nicely in. I've tightened up a little bit. Don't over tighten them, because you just they'll round off. Someone's almost rounded that off already, look. And I can't afford a little tiny screw like that, because they are just so enormously expensive. I'm winning, don't knock me. Right, let's crack on. Right, I'm in trouble, lads, I'm in trouble. I have borrowed the beautiful wife's icing syringe, if you like, and I have filled it up with grease.
Used to it now.
I'll get a slap later. Anyway, what I do with that, you see, is go just squirt a bit of goo in there, and in the other side, let's put a light on so you can see what's going on here. There we go. Whack some grease in there. Simple, isn't it? Little trick there.
Coffee.
Excuse me? Now, then you literally pop your pins in that way into your rubber sleeve there, like so. I might even just push that in that way first, just to get that grease up inside there, like so. Ugh. Yeah, it's all on my fingies, look. Then pull that back out, because what we don't want is a load of grease flying around here by the brake pad. Let's pop that back out. And we'll pop that back in there, like so, and just get that ready, that thread ready to do up into the caliper bolt hole there. So then, now it's there, you see, I can now clean that up and get rid of all the grease, and then start winding in when I need to. Oh, I'm going to cover my flipping camera in grease now. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, now that they're in there, they should be able to freely glide in and out, just like that, because when you put your foot on the brake, the caliper moves to squash the pads against that disc to make your car stop, and then when you release, that should have no dryness there. Otherwise, the caliper will not return or let the pressure off. It will still bite, and you'll be using more fuel to get down the road because of the friction caused by those pads rubbing on your disc. So I hope that's helped people. Not teaching you guys how to suck eggs, if you know all that already. This basically is like a how-to, a 101 basically for brakes, isn't it? We all forget little bits and pieces and little things here and there. I've probably forgotten to do something. You're probably shouting at the screen right now, E.T., you muppet, you haven't done this, that or the other. Ooh, call the cops. Right, I need to put those pads in that caliper now, rest it back over where it should be, put those 2 7mm Allen key bolts, slidey pins, wind them all in, and then I can start to pump the brake pedal and get that piston back out to where it is. Yeah, never get anybody to pump the brake whilst your caliper's like that, because the piston will just come out and nasty. It will be the end of the world, exactly. Right, okay. Oh, old pads, what are they like, Izzy? What are the old pads like? Well, they're pretty thin, aren't they? It's probably, I don't know, 3 mil there, if that. And that one right there is the old sensor. So you can see that would have been what someone had done. They'd put a little link. Where is the little link? I've probably binned it. There was literally a piece of cable going from one connector round to the other, just to basically complete that circuit and put the light off on the dashboard. It's cheating. That's cheating, because you don't know how low your brakes are. Why do that? There it is. Rubbish. Okay, right, I'm not going to film any more on this side because that's pretty much it, all done and dusted. Can't wait to get that wheel on properly on that nice spigot, slide it on there, get that all bolted up and torqued up to 120 Newton meters. Do not use an air ratchet to do up wheels, aluminium wheels, okay? I'm going to get my torque wrench in a second, so I'm going to spin them in. Got my breaker bar here somewhere, there it is. I'll just like that, and then I will torque them up with my torque wrench to 120 Newton meters. Okay. Last thing, I'm not putting them scabby old bolts back on. God knows how many years they've been on there. So I've got new bolts and a lock nut bolt. Got me brew. Morning, guys and girls. Thank you to all those guys that join me in my Friday night chat live on here. Basically, like I said, I'm going to wrap up this brake upgrade video. As you can see, both sides have been diddly done. There's painted calipers, painted back plate somewhere in there. Where is it? There. So that's all nice and tidy. Now, that is not the end of the front suspension. I am going to replace the suspension legs, the coil springs, the top brackets and the bearings. So each corner is going to be 100%. I don't want to keep babbling on about this video because this is the end of this one. I want to crack on because today I'm doing the rears. I have shock absorbers, coil springs, they're not here yet. The shock absorber top parts, do I really need them? I can just reuse the old ones, can't I? But no, I'm going to get every part changed on this, so gotta crack on. Anyway, good morning to all you vag owners. Can't get over that. Anyway, catch you again. Thanks for watching last night, and join me in the next episode. Get these back brakes done and the door lock mechanism sorted, because I can't, the fuel flap doesn't open because of that. It's a lot. I'm going to make a list of all the parts that I am going to be doing and have done. I'm going to put ticks next to the ones that have been completed, obviously. But there are so many things. But once I've done it, it's bought this classic car, and yes, it is a classic car. People said when it came out, oh, it was a flop. No, it wasn't. It was a financial flop, admittedly, because it cost like £4,000 more than they sold it for to produce. So in my eyes, this is a star car, an Audi A2, whether it be the petrol or the diesel. Cracking cars. I absolutely love these cars. Does it show? Boner! Just kidding. Right, catch you later.